safety equips. On this channel, safety equips. We will avoid your perfect guide. Through chaos and crisis will be your ride. Together we'll face the apocalypse. On this channel, safety equips.
Hello again and welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and with Bugout Weekend fast approaching, I do want to talk about one of the most important things for it, which is bug out, right? And when we're talking about bug out, one of the things is bringing a bug out bag. And so let's break this down into kind of like a bug out bag basics or bug out bag 101. And we're going to start off with what is a bug out bag. Now, there's many different bags out there into the preparedness community, and you're going to have to try and figure out which one, especially if you're brand new and you don't have any bag whatsoever, which one is going to be the most important. You're going to have to prioritize building which bag into what order and things like that. And so there is an EDC bag, and which is everyday carry. There is a get home bag. There's a car bag, an office bag, a work bag. Some of these are the same thing. Then you have things like a bug out bag, and then you have an inch bag, which is I'm never coming home. That's the one that you're going to have everything that you absolutely need to take with you, irreplaceable items, different things like that. Because when you put that bag on, 99.9%, you're not coming back to your house. So that is, you are out and you are done, and that's it. But let's take all of those out and let's focus right now on the bug out bag. And first, when we talk about a bug out bag, for a golden rule, it is 72 hours of survival. Okay. And a lot of people, especially if you've never done one, you make the mistake of you put everything plus the kitchen sink and more into a bug out bag, and it is 100 plus pounds, and things are stuffed to the gills, and the seams are ripping and all this other stuff. And you don't need that for 72 hours. Now, a bug out bag is an essential item to have because it's not just apocalyptic. Okay, there's multiple different things. Right now, especially in all the different news on TV and social media and everything else, disastrous events seem to be more frequent. Now, whether that is media hyping things up or, this is actually occurring, it doesn't really matter because the frequency and the unpredictability of it is kind of what drives preppers in the first place. And so you get to kind of see natural disasters is probably going to be one of the biggest things that you need to prepare for. Pretty much anywhere on the planet, you're going to get some sort of weather or natural disaster event, whether it is a hurricane, a tornado, flooding, uh, you get wildfires, earthquakes, anything in between, right? You can get heavy snow, you can get a heat wave, you can get all sorts of stuff, and we need to be able to prepare for something like that. And I know there's going to be people out there that's going, you don't need a bug out bag for that stuff. Okay, fair enough. Most of that you technically don't, but it would be nice to have just in case, right? That's kind of the whole purpose of this. You can also go into man-made disasters, and that is things of civil unrest or any sort of people behaving badly and things like that, or just freak accidents. So that is maybe you have a neighbor's house catch on fire. Maybe you have a gas leak in your own home. Maybe you get that phone call at 2 a.m. that somebody that you really care about is in the hospital. Do you want to be fishing around trying to find a phone charger and snacks and some money and some different things that would be nice to have, because we don't know how long we're going to be there? Would it be nice to just get up, throw your shoes on, grab a bag, and go out the door, knowing everything in that bag is already there? You already have fresh socks and clean underwear if you're going to be at the hospital for the next 2 days, right? So it's an essential thing. If you haven't built one, I highly implore you to do it, because there's multiple reasons. It's not just the zombie apocalypse. It's not a foreign adversary coming over the hill or anything like that. There's multiple different reasons to have a bag built and ready to go that has basic things to survive and get through what it is, because we want to make sure that when we're going through whatever that SHTF is, whether it is apocalyptic or whether it is a personal one, we want to make sure that we have some sort of peace of mind, some sort of way of having safety and security while we deal with this unforeseen event. And there's a lot of things that'll happen, and being able to foresee a little bit of what you would need in each one of those situations would be greatly beneficial for what's going to go into your bag, because your bug out bag is going to serve basically as a portable lifeline. It's going to contain all the different supplies and other things for immediate survival needs, not long term, not intermediate, but very immediate, very right now. And so let's talk about what we can put into it. Now, the uh, basics on a bug out bag is what I like to do is break it down into 6 categories. One is water, right? When we talk about the survival, water is probably one of the highest ones that is going to probably be on the list, because when it comes to survival, you need water to live. Now, you're going to have people that's going to tell you the 1 gallon per person per day. And yes, I suppose that's true, and all the other stuff. But when we're talking about a bug out bag, you're probably not going to try and carry 3+ gallons of water, right? That's a lot of weight. It's bulky. You run the risk of leakage and all sorts of stuff. I would in my bug out bag, I usually put in 1 to 2 bottles of some sort of liquid water, sports drink, something along those lines. And then I usually take something for water filtration, just so that way I have the way that if I come across water, I don't have to use mine, or if I'm empty, then I have the ability to refill mine. Along with that, you're going to have the things to be able to make water safe. Water is going to be one that you're going to have to know a good spot to be able to find a source of water, and to be able to tell if it's even worth trying to collect and sanitize and make safe. Sometimes you come across water and it's best to just leave it alone. You're either not going to make it safe, or you're going to burn up so many calories and resources trying to make it safe. The juice just isn't worth the squeeze. And so being able to have some sort of filter, some sort of chemical, all the different things of being able to purify and get that water. Next is going to be food. Now, in a bug out bag, we're not doing a 4 course dinner, right? We don't need breakfast and lunch and dinner and dessert and all this other stuff. We need something to get a little bit of calories in us. Now, keep in mind, you technically can survive 3 days without food, and you will live. Okay, you can go quite a bit of time without food and live. Now, we're not used to that. Most of us have probably not gone longer than 24 hours without food, so your body's going to react to that. You're going to get grumpy. You might get headaches. um, you might start feeling a little lethargic, and it's going to infect, or it's going to affect your decision making and all sorts of things like that. So we want to have some sort of food. Now, a lot of people go to the freeze dried and the MREs, and that's fine. I would say too, if money's a thing there of a concern, make your own. Okay, you can dehydrate your own food. maybe find somebody that's a friend, network, and see if they have a dehydrator or a freeze dryer and they can help you out. But there's plenty of other things, canned goods, energy bars, different things like that, that you can throw in there just to get some calories. It's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to get 2,000 or 3,000 calories a day. We're just trying to survive. And you can survive off very, very little amount of calories, just enough to keep the edge off, keep some calories and some energy inside of you, and keep going, because a bug out bag means we're bugging out to a location and we're just trying to make it from A to B. And so that's why we try and shoot for that 72 hours or that 3 days, because hopefully you have a bug out location that's stocked. There's plenty of resources and things like that. So we were trying to make our bug out bag be as small and lightweight as we possibly can. Next is first aid. You need first aid. You need something more than just a basic boo-boo kit. The one thing of alcohol wipes, a pack of gauze, and some bandages is probably not going to cut it. I highly recommend the tourniquet. There's a lot of different things that you can do to go buy, whether it's something from Refuge Medical or some of the other ones that's out there, or make your own kit. But you definitely need to find the different things that you uh, are the different things that's going to go into this medical kit, so that way it's personalized to you and your needs or whoever is coming with you. Uh, so we did food, we did water, we did medical. Next is going to be shelter. You're going to probably want to have some sort of shelter. Now, it's going to be one that if you can find a small 1-2 person tent, depending, again, you may have a family of 5 or 6, and that's probably not going to cut it. But at least have something that is going to do a makeshift shelter. Have a tarp, have some sort of plastic sheeting, have something to where if you need to get out of the elements, it gives you a small barrier, and it's going to give you something. It's going to get the wind off, it's going to get the rain off, it's going to keep the snow off, things like that. Have some sort of shelter. Number 5 is going to be personal protection and your safety. And this can double up. There's a lot of people that have firearms laws and different things. Um, Maybe you can go after a knife or something along those lines. A bug out bag is probably not complete without some sort of blade anyway. But you need to have some level of protection. You're going to have to see what the laws is on your state, right? And so you're going to have to build it out to there. Luckily in Ohio, I'm not limited all that much. And so I have my forms of safety, but again, don't overdo it, right? We're not trying to run off and do a one-man army. We're trying to have just enough to keep us safe in our travels. Now, the last one is going to be the miscellaneous stuff. And this is going to be stuff like a phone charger or cash or anything along those lines. Obviously, I would throw in like a flashlight and some of the other stuff, some clothing, just little miscellaneous stuff, because again, maybe our SHTF situation that we're grabbing our bug out bag is something to where we got to go to the hospital at 2 a.m. and we're going to be there for a couple of days. And so to have fresh socks and clean underwear, to have a phone charger, to have cash that we can run down and get something to eat from the cafeteria or a coffee out of the vending machine, or little things like that. But I always throw in that miscellaneous in there. Now, when we are doing that, that is putting stuff into your bag, but we need to take a step back, because what are we putting it into? Choosing the right bag is also very, very important, because you want to find something that's durable, that's weatherproof, provides ample enough storage space, and is comfortable carrying it, right? You don't really have to go after the most sought after name brand or the most expensive. But I will tell you that if you find some cheap one, then it might fail, right? So imagine all the stuff that we just listed, and you get a couple miles away from your home on foot, or you're trying to walk through the hall of the hospital, and all of a sudden a seam tears, and now all that stuff is scattered all over the place, and you have nothing else to put it in, right? It's very inconvenient, especially if something happens at 2 a.m. and you've got to bug out on foot because of X, Y, and Z, and now all your stuff is scattered. Are you going to stop and in the pouring rain at 2 a.m. and try and gather all your stuff? How are you going to carry it? So make sure that you find a very, very good, durable, well built backpack. Um, Try and look for the ones that you can organize your stuff better, that have different compartments, dividers, and things like that, because it maintains order, and it's going to help you in how you be able to put the things in and know where everything is. It's not all just jumbling around if you have to take off running or jump or anything like that. Everything kind of has its place, and you can immediately get to it when you need it. Also, please remember to layer your essentials. Heavier items go towards um, the bottom of your pack, and the lighter stuff to the top. But make sure that things like, if you have something in there for security, it's right in reach. You don't need to tell whatever it is that's presenting danger, hold on a minute, take off your pack and reach down and fish around for a little bit. The important things need to be at the ready, that you can grab them in a moment's notice. Now, moving on, I do want to stress the important thing of customizing your bag to you. You should not have a family bag. It should be a bag built for the person that's going to carry it, even if it's a child. Now, I know a baby cannot carry a bag. I get it. But, small children, little Earl, he can carry his own. He's got a book bag for school. He can carry a bug out bag. Uh, we have a bag built for each person, because each person has their own individual unique needs. And to have those essential specific ones, you don't know who it is. So they may have a baby and require baby food. You may have somebody with some sort of an illness and they require special medication, or somebody that has special dietary needs, and those need to be addressed, and it needs to be in their specific bug out bag. Also, consider your location. You need to adapt your bug out bag for your geographic area. And this is going to have the items in it for the season and for your area. So if it is, you're up in upstate New York, or maybe over in Maine or whatever, and it's January, you need to have warm weather stuff, and some way to keep warm and things like that. If you're in southern Florida or southern Texas and it's July, you don't need winter stuff, right? So make sure that you take all that stuff into account. But once you get all that, so you got a good backpack, you got all your supplies, you got all this, and then you've personalized it and everything's good. Now we got to practice the readiness of it. So regularly, probably every 3 months, go through your bug out bag, replace all the expired items, look for anything that is damaged, batteries that may need to be replaced or recharged. Practice packing it and unpacking it to ensure that you remember where stuff is. You may have a really good build, but if you haven't touched your bag in 3 months, do you remember where everything is exactly? Because it may come down to where, it might present some danger, that you're suddenly going, I know I have it, but where is it? So, one of the things I see a lot of people do is they do not practice packing and unpacking it. And that does the thing of being able to be more at the ready. So, just a few things to kind of finish this up and round this one out. Always have your bug out bag ready. It's going to be one that it's going to be difficult, because, in my opinion, leaving your bug out bag by your front door is not always the best idea. Usually, what I do is, wherever I'm going to be at the majority of the time is where my bug out bag goes. So if I'm going to be in the kitchen or the living room or something like that, then sure, I will put my bug out bag by the front door. But if I'm going to bed for the night, I need to take my bag with me, because You don't know when you're going to get that 2 a.m. phone call and you need to grab it and go. And here's the thing: what happens if suddenly the neighbor's house catches on fire and your front door catches on fire? You can't go to your front door. Your bag needs to be with you so you can grab it and go out the back door or out a window or something like that. So always try and have it to where your bag is within uh, a few steps. So that way you're not limiting, because you may have the greatest supplies and the greatest built bag and everything else, and it's by your front door, and all of a sudden you can't get to it. And so it'd be good that you've put all this time and effort and money and everything else into building such an amazing thing. Make sure you have access to it. Which also brings into make sure that you have a good evacuation plan and a good communication plan, uh, whether that be with the people that's in your house, so that way everybody's on the same page, but also with maybe some neighbors, and then also your mag, so that way everybody's on the same page. Um, that I think a lot of people skip over. They just kind of map it out in their head and they don't communicate it, or they think that communication's good and so they just skip over it. But evacuation plan and communication, I think, is very, very vital. And then the last thing I want to touch on is make sure that you're staying informed. All the different threats and emergencies and different things that's going on in your area. I know sometimes the news is scary or boring or both or whatever, but we still need to have some sort of access to that information. We need to be as informed as possible about what is going on in our media area. And you can do that with mainstream, you can do that with social media, you can do it with YouTube videos, however you want to do it. But I would at least have the headlines so I have an idea of what's going on around me, because it's a preparedness resource, right? It's one of the things that we can utilize. Most of the time, that stuff is free or near free, and to be ready, right, to have that 5 minutes or that couple hours notice or something that, hey, maybe I need to start doing some stuff and get ready for this event or whatever it is. So but that's kind of what I've got for you on this one, on Bug Out 101, if you will. So hopefully you got a little something out of it. Kind of went a little longer than the way I wanted to, but bug out bags are I think, very, very essential. I think a very good focus is to at least have a bug out bag and go through it often. Keep trying to do everything that you can to make it lighter and um, more well-rounded, so that way you have a great number of things that you can solve all the different problems and everything that might come your way. You have the tools for the job, so that way you don't have to have your mind racing a thousand different directions and wondering if you're going to have the right tool for the job, or have that regret that you didn't pack something or you packed too much or things like that. um, it's difficult. Bug out bags is the same thing when it comes to preparedness. It's very, very personal. Mine's going to be different from yours, and it should be. It really should be. And it should be different from Mrs. Rural's. It should be different from my neighbor. It should be different from every person that's in my mag and everything else. It will have similarities. Yes. Will it have a lot of similarities? It might. But will it be identical? It shouldn't be. That's why I think one of the biggest golden rules is do not buy one of those pre-made kits. Um, I have not seen one single pre-made kit, and I never will, that is going to fit every single person's need. If you want to get one and then go through it and customize it, okay, that's one thing. But don't buy a bag and have this false sense of security that I paid $100 or 200 or whatever they are, and I can throw it by my front door and I have a bug out bag and I'm safe and I'm good. That's not the way it's going to work, right? Put the time, put the effort, and who knows, if something ever happens, I think it'll pay dividends and you'll be thankful for this. So, but that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that you got a little something out of it. It's a lot of fun to go through and talk about all this stuff. But I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay tuned, because there's more information to come. And with that, please remember, remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.